Come on now. It's easy to laugh when everyone is, except for Maleficent. She doesn't laugh.
I don't laugh.
She does not laugh. It's not funny. But everybody else, we can laugh when we're in costume. But we have to remember we have to be safe too and make sure that everyone gets home in one piece.
Yes. So Tucson Fire Captain Barrett Baker stops in to help us. So I'm taking the kiddos trick-or-treating tonight. Well, it's Rocky first.
I don't think you can hear it, but your music is playing.
We need stairs.
I did it! Go, Adrian!
I said, this is the most comfortable costume ever.
I love it.
Where's your raw egg? I need to see you drink a raw egg.
That would not be a safe thing to do. Right? Salmonella, Halloween is salmonella, but still, exactly.
I like this.
Exactly.
So I'm taking my girls out trick-or-treating tonight. They don't have masks, but let's talk about costume safety when it comes to the kiddos.
So really just a couple things. See. All right, we want it, obviously we trick or treat at nighttime, so it's important that we see because you're familiar with dark things with your outfit there and dark personality. Yes, so flashlights. Every child should have a flashlight with them, and by doing that, again, we see so many fall injuries, and it doesn't have to be something that sends you to the hospital. But again, you know, hurting yourself, getting a cut, abrasion, anything like that, that's going to ruin the Halloween. So see is the first thing. Be seen is also extremely important. That's where the glow sticks come into play. Fluorescent, you know, lightsaber, whatever it is, the reflective tape. Because again, we're going to have tens of thousands of kids on the streets, many of whom are in dark costumes, and when it's dark outside, you're camouflaged. So that kind of takes us into the next step, which is, again, the drivers. Be cognizant of that, right? There's no reason, and now, listen, I run down the street and I got all these crazy people running behind me, right? But shame on me. We need to have I'm sorry, right, So we don't want kids in the streets. The streets are for cars.
Right.
And the kids, we want to be on the sidewalks. But as the drivers themselves, again, slow down. 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour through the neighborhoods tonight, and understand that they're going to be excited. So they might be jutting back and forth, and that's when the true accidents happen, obviously.
Also, I always feel like families sometimes, there's so many kids running around, and I'm not, you know, everyone's in costume, and if you end up, losing one of your children or several, or they lose the parents and they're upset, you guys may have a game plan at the beginning of the night. Like, hey, if you can't find me,
map it out. I know where I'm running. I know where I'm running before I go out, right? Mick knows where I'm going to be. Same thing with your parents. You let your parents know, and parents, try to go with your kids.
Yes.
You know, don't be embarrassed, but parents, go with your kids, map out exactly where you're going to go beforehand. Everyone thankfully has these apps today. You've got your cell phones. That's another great way for parents to track if they're too embarrassed and they don't want you to go with them. But that kind of brings us to the last point, if I may, which is your costume itself. We've got to make sure that the costumes fit right from head to toe. So if you choose to go to the dark side, like yourself, and you're wearing a cape, if the cape is too long and it trips you, again, now we're dealing with those fall injuries. If the dark side and you go Darth Vader, well, it doesn't look like Darth is going to be able to see very well out of that particular mask. So the masks themselves, make sure that you can see out of them. You could truly be a superhero, and look at the difference between Iron Man.
Right.
He can see anything bad that's coming with him, whereas the dark side and Darth Vader, trouble. So costumes, see and be seen, and pedestrian safety. If we do all of those things, then it's going to be a real knockout tonight.
I love it.
I can't handle all the puns. They're killing me.
Yes.
You're so good.
They're great.
But I love this, and I know you have more tips. I'm going to tell them where to get them online. But again, be safe, get a game plan, make sure your costume is good. And we know these neighborhoods in Tucson, a lot of them don't have a lot of street lights. So let's remember those flashlights and the glow in the dark. And I said you're cooler.
And really stay together tonight, too. That's the other thing. I'd go out with Apollo tonight. I'd go with Mr. T because strength in numbers. The more the merrier, the easier it is to see.
Go with Apollo. You'll be okay. You guys, for more safety tips from Barrett and his team, you can go to TucsonAZ.gov/